I'm not sure there's been a bigger month for near guaranteed flops than the upcoming March 2025. Let's get into all the duds that are coming out this month in the new edition of Most Wanted Movies. First on the slate, out on the 14th of March, is The Electric State. This is the new movie from the Russo brothers. It stars Millie Bobby Brown and Chris Pratt. Now, all of these people have really great projects in their history, but are also coming off of a series of duds. So I kind of don't have any faith in this movie. It is a bit of a weird combo of WALL-E meets Terminator, and it's also a road movie. It's set in the near future where after a robot uprising, all these artificially intelligent robots have been sent to the trash heap and humans are trying to live without them. Millie's character is searching for her long-lost brother. Chris Pratt is a drifter who is helping her, and they have to traverse this sort of semi-post-apocalyptic landscape, interacting robots which may try to kill or help them as they come across them. The Electric State is out on Netflix, so you haven't got to pay extra to see it on the 14th of March.
You sure you want to do this?
Robots lost their freedom.
You can't change the way things are. Watch me.
Worm, get us out of here!
Hold on! Who throws a fridge? Son of a...
Next up and out on the 21st of March in cinemas is Disney's live-action adaptation of Snow White. Now, I don't need to tell you what this is about. I'm sure you know. Personally, I have yet to see a Disney live-action remake where I've watched it and thought, oh, I'm glad they made that. That's better than the original. It just hasn't happened yet. I personally quite like Rachel Zegler. I think she's very charismatic. I think her roles in West Side Story and her Hunger Games films both showed that she's an incredible singer. So I'm not concerned about her playing this role. What I am concerned about is Gal Gadot, who I think may be the worst actor still getting big name roles in Hollywood at the moment. I have never seen a film with her in that I thought was good. Does she have the guts, the riz to play one of the great villain roles of all time? I'm not convinced she does, so I'm extremely worried about this movie. That said, there is always going to be a new generation of kids ready to see a new Disney film, so there's an audience out there for this. And if you've got a little princess at home who wants to see Snow White, take them to see it. Roll the dice. Maybe it's going to be good.
The Queen stole everything from all of us. I'm gonna need your help. It's time to restore our kingdom. This is our kingdom, and now we're here to take it back.
You were saying... I'm sorry, my dear. Did I frighten you?
And the third big studio probable dud on my list for March 2025 is Alto Knights, which is out on the 21st. This is another Robert De Niro Italian mobster movie. He plays two different characters in this who are rivals trying to take over a gang in the States. They embark on a series of sabotage and assassination attempts and betrayals with the police, trying to one-up each other to win control of the gang. De Niro is playing two different roles, not brothers, not twins. They're meant to be completely different people. What in the clumps of it all is going on? I just worry that this is lazy. An actor as great as Robert De Niro, even he doesn't have a history without duds. Dirty Grandpa for one. So whilst there is always going to be a guaranteed audience for a De Niro mobster flick, I'm just not interested in it. Maybe I'm wrong. I hope I'm wrong. Will Alto Knights be any good?
You're going down a very dangerous road. And we ain't been down dangerous roads before. But that's the risk you take. Me, I take
Yeah, but
that
you're
risk.
not where I am. He's up to something.
I'm telling you, he's not going to try anything.
How do you know what he's going to do?
So what am I excited to see? Well, there's pretty much one answer for that, and it is my most anticipated film of the year. Mickey 17, out in cinemas on the 7th of March. This is Bong Joon-ho's first film since winning Best Picture with Parasite a few years ago, and I am a mega fan of his. He always makes these witty, clever, goofball movies that kind of disguise a really scathing social commentary, and this is no different. It's not his first English language film. For that, I mean, check out Okja and Snowpiercer, which are both incredible and criminally underseen. But Mickey 17 will be his biggest studio release by far. It's a sci-fi starring Robert Pattinson, Mark Ruffalo, and Steven Yeun. Pattinson plays Mickey, an expendable in a future world living on a space station. Here's the guy who signs up for incredibly dangerous jobs, which will almost certainly kill him, but without concern, because every time he dies, they print a new body for him and he starts again. Things get a bit complicated when they print a new body for him when he's not actually already dead, and suddenly you've got two Pattinsons fighting it out. I love this for him. Pattinson is a character actor cursed with the face of a leading man. You know, he's never wanted to be a Hollywood heartthrob, and I am all for letting him do these weird little guy roles. The trailer looks great. I'm seeing it really soon, so hopefully it lives up to my personal hype. Mickey 17, out on the 7th of March.
On Earth, nothing was working out, and I wanted to get the hell out of there.
You're applying to be an expendable? You read through the paperwork.
Yeah. I should have read through it.
The simple fact is, we're in a state of war. And our survival is in the balance.
I got a job to do.
Mickey Bonds, fighting right to the end.
My great gift to mankind.
Are you afraid to die?
This time I wasn't scared.
Next up is one I'm willing to roll the dice on. This is Black Bag, which is out in cinemas on the 14th of March. This is a Steven Soderbergh movie. He's not without his flops, but the guy has also made some all-time greats. He's the director behind the Oceans movies, Erin Brockovich, and Contagion, which is probably the scariest non-horror movie you'll ever see. It's a spy thriller starring a guy who knows a thing about spying, Pierce Brosnan, and Michael Fassbender and Cate Blanchett. Fassbender and Blanchett play a married couple of spies when Fassbender is told that his wife may be a double agent and he has to investigate if she might be a traitor. Think more John le Carré Cold War espionage thriller rather than out-and-out action like Mr. and Mrs. Smith, although there are vibes of that. I'm cautiously hopeful for this. They've kept a lot of the plot under wraps, and I think it looks really interesting.
Black bag.
Right. You asked how it works. To be with someone in this business, this is how.
It's a very dangerous line of work.
I'll say.
Would you kill for me, George? Would you?
Also worth checking out is Flow, which is an animated movie out on the 21st of March. This is the Latvian entry for Best International Feature at the Oscars. It's also up for Best Animated Feature, but fear not, it's completely without dialogue. There's no human characters. All of the characters are animals and no one speaks. So it doesn't matter what language you speak to watch this film. As I say, it's an animated film. The main character is a cat whose home is destroyed in a flood. He sets out on a journey with a boat with a bunch of other species of animals that he has to make friends with in the hopes of surviving. It's beautifully animated, a really compelling story. And if you want to support an underdog in the animation game, ignore your Pixars and your DreamWorks. This is the film to get behind. Finally, on my list is a film that I've already seen. I saw it at London Film Festival. I'm talking about The End, which is a movie release out in cinemas on the 28th of March. This is the first fiction feature for a documentary maker called Joshua Oppenheimer, who made a really landmark film called The Act of Killing a few years ago that forced death squad leaders to sort of confront what they'd done. This film similarly is sort of about the lies we tell ourselves. It's about a family living in an underground bunker in a post-apocalyptic future. The world outside has been destroyed. There is only them. And that story of what is going on and what they've told each other is completely disrupted when a stranger appears from the outside, and they're forced to really analyse what they think their world is. It stars George McKay, Michael Shannon and Tilda Swinton. And just to join on the theme of this year, it's a musical where you're like, what a strange thing to make a musical about. I don't think the musical elements necessarily worked super well, but I did think the story was incredibly interesting. The design is gorgeous and the acting performances are really great. So I do think this one is worth your time. So that is your lot for a really tumultuous month of releases in the world of cinema. If you check out any of these movies, do let us know what you think of them, if you think I'm right, or even more so if you think I'm completely wrong. I'm Danny, this is We Talk Film. Come join us.